Okay, 10th graders, let's take a quick look at how to complete number 5. Number 5 asks you to type up a bibliography using 2 of the 4 sources that you use to complete this assignment. You're being asked to use MLA style. There are a couple of ways you can do this. First of all, sometimes people are confused by what I mean by the sources you use to complete this assignment. So I'm going to just scroll up here and take a look at what the sources are. In number 1, you used a book. You had the author's name in your search. In number 2, you used another book. You did a keyword search. In number 3, you used a magazine article. And in number 4, you used a reference book. A little hint, it's easier to go with the first 2 on this assignment, although going with the third one isn't a bad idea either. Okay, so how do you do this? Well, there are 2 ways. First, you can go to EasyBib, easybib.com. Always defaulted to do an entry for a website, so you've got to make sure that you change it for an entry for a book or you change it to an entry for a magazine. Also, you have to remember with EasyBib is sometimes the indentations or the tabs don't copy and paste well. And so another way of doing this is you could take a look at a sheet that we have over on the library circulation desk. We have this sheet that gives you some examples of how to do numbers 1, 2, and 3. Okay. There's examples of doing numbers 1 and 2. There's 3 examples there. And then there's a couple of examples of how to do different types of magazines. You'll notice that the second and maybe third line in every one of those entries is indented or tabbed from the margin. And as I said, when you use EasyBib, sometimes that indentation does not carry over when you copy and paste, so you're going to have to fix it manually. So that's how you take care of number 5. You're going to have a separate sheet to submit. So when you submit this assignment to your teacher, you're going to have the original sheet with the questions on it. You're going to have the sheet where you answered number 4 and circled the answer. And then you're going to have the sheet with the 2 bibliographic entries for number 5. So a total of 3 sheets will be submitted to complete this assignment. Thank you so much for your attention.